Good day to all of you. My name is Scholar from the Trade Tank community, and today we're going to do the weekly forecast for this week. In today's video, we will be looking at Bitcoin, DYDX, SHIB, Cardano, DOT, and ICP. So sit back and relax, and let's start the intro. So, to start off this video, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been doing our bullish case scenario. They didn't even come all the way down the place where they wanted them to, and just retested the top side wick, which in my opinion is damn hella strong. So what am I looking for now? Of course we can remove the bullish and the bearish case scenarios, and let's start off by looking at the daily and the weekly to get kind of an idea of what it might want to do. So let's glance at the weekly and let's see what it's actually doing. So it's touching the top side over here, which in my opinion could be a nice level for a distribution, and that's something that we might have been doing in the past few days if you look at the 4 hour. At least that's what they have been trying to do, but on the 4 hour they haven't really lost anything significant. Now because of that, I was looking, and I was also saying this on stream, I was looking for us to come back down here, maybe short the midpoint of this whole area, and then come back down all the way to 51Ks or maybe even 50Ks. But to me right now it really looks like they're still holding on to it. Of course they still have like 1 hour 42 left in order for this 4 hour to close, but if they really wanted to push it down, I think this candle right here should have closed a little bit lower than it did close in the end. Now, because of that reason, I'm a little bit more bullish than bearish. However, please note that we are in a very high range and stuff can really change quite quickly, especially with the weekly coming up. So looking at this now, they did a very nice top continuation pattern, never really lost the top side here either. But however, what I will be looking out for still is how they will react to this top side right here. How will they react there? If they react kind of bearish, I might still look for a short. I'm still short from here. I smashed it earlier when they did the lower time frame sweep. Let me show you guys. Right here, so this was the high, they swept the high and the market smashed over there with my stop loss there as well, above this. And then took some PTs, and now I'm good. I didn't catch any longs, went for a walk, but hey, all good, right? So what am I looking for is, I want them to go above, and then depending how they will react here, they might just go to the next level, right? Now what will this next level be? For that we have to look to the left. And over here you can see this level is where I'm looking out for. So then I will be looking out for around 58Ks. Now, let's say that there is a bearish case scenario, right? I'm really eyeing this 51 to 50K-ish. If we do come back down, I really want them to retest this area. They already retested it, but I want them to maybe sweep these, go a little bit deeper, and then try to go for a continuation pattern. If you think about the pattern over here that's currently playing, it's kind of the same as the pattern that happened over here, right? They also tested the top side right here after achieving it. So that's what I want them to do as well. After achieving it, test the top side here or here, and then go for a pump. So if Bitcoin were to retrace, what I'm looking out for is, I'm looking for this area right here, and then I'm looking for continuation. Now it could be that what they will do in the bullish case scenario is first come back down, hit this, start distributing here, and then finally come back down, and then do this play, right? So yeah, I'm getting a little bit more bearish the higher we go right now, but as long as we're just trending up and we're not losing anything significant on the higher time frames, I don't see that big of a reason to short. However, as I said before, I will be looking out for shorts on this area. So that's kind of it for Bitcoin. Not really has changed, still very bullish, and thus, yeah, if it gets to 58K, I'm really looking for some shorts there if they start distributing. If not, just play the trend and keep on longing. That's it for Bitcoin. Let's head over to DYDX. So looking at DYDX, I think our plan kind of worked out. We were expecting them to come back down into this zone rather than holding this, even though they kind of front run our zone a little bit, sadly enough. After front running it, they made an achievement. After the achievement, just held the higher low, so very clean. After holding the higher low, making the reaccumulation, and now they kind of want to blast it, right? So in my opinion, what we can look for is a hold of the previous stop side right here. Let's make this one a little bit smaller. If they were to retrace again, I would like them to hold the top side, look for an accumulation here, and then look for a final pump into the hold, and then I'm looking for new all-time highs again. So that's kind of the bullish case scenario. The bearish case scenario, in my opinion, might be that if they come back down a little bit deeper, maybe sweep it, but yeah, start closing here, holding a lower range as an accumulation, retest bottom side, and then come back down into the range we were looking at previously. I know this is a very simple way of looking at things, but yeah, this is what I would look out for. Am I interested right now in longs? No. Longs should have been taken here because we made an achievement and we're holding bottom range. After the accumulation, you would have had a lot of time to look for the longs. Now let's have a quick glance at the lower time frame. And yep, the lower time frame really aligns with my plan over this. So if DYDX does come back down, I'm pretty interested in 22.5 and then looking for an accumulation and a pump. So that's already it for DYDX. If we want an all-time high, you really want them to hold 22.5 or something all the way a little bit higher. Something higher would probably be around this area, right? So around 23.5. If they want to make new all-time highs, should be possible as well, but I'm more interested in the lower zone of 22.5. We will see what will happen. If I really see a bullish execution plan over here, I might take that one as well, but I'm not so sure of that. We'll have to see what the time brings, and if my alert here pops, how it starts to form and how I will react over that. So okay, that's already it for DYDX. Let's head over to the next one. So, making an introduction to the channel for the first time is SHIB. We had so many requests for this coin on our stream, so I figured, you know, let's just do a YouTube video about it as well. It has really been accumulating for a long time, finally popped, and now we're really getting a lot of questions of what we think SHIB might do, right? So they're currently holding top range, which in my opinion is quite bullish. Now, what top range am I looking for? I'm looking at this one. Now, to be completely honest with you, I really think they will still come back down all the way to 0. whatever it is, 1619. But we'll have to look in more detail to get more, you know, a more detailed price action movement on this one. So let's have a look. They did a sweep here of the origin swing, are trying to make a new high, but failed to do so. So let's head over to even a lower time frame and see what they're actually doing. Okay, now to be honest, they still have some nice untested levels. If they do not fail to make new highs over here, then I will be looking for this area, right? So this area is kind of good because what will they do? You know, they will stop out all the people that took longs in this high range area, right? Then come back down, look for an accumulation right here, see the break, hold it, buy it, and then do the pump. Now for this, if you want to play it, look for a quick PT over here, because if they do a bottom side rejection, that would probably mean that we will go lower, right, and come into the lower zone. Now they can also hold this lower zone, but if they are going to do some price action like Doge does, it would mean that they never actually achieve anything anymore. And if they never achieve anything anymore, but always test the top sides, which they did here, test the bottom side, but the top side of the failure, that would mean that they would just slowly grind down. Now, in my opinion, we can look over here for a breakup, an accumulation, a hold, and then a pump. That would be, in my opinion, would be the case for the bullish case for SHIB. Then hold bottom again and then continue pumping, because that's what you want on a coin like SHIB or like Doge. Now that would be my bullish case scenario. The bearish case scenario would be failing to hold, don't make this new high, come back down, trade in this bottom side, touch midpoint again, take a PT right here, and then slowly grind your way down all the way to the 16,600 level, excuse me. So bullish case scenario and bearish case scenario for SHIB, quite easy. But yeah, the most important thing about RTA, as you guys know from our channel, is always knowing the zones and then playing your execution pattern, right? So first learn the environmental plays and afterwards learn the execution patterns. So okay, that's it for SHIB. Let's head over to the next one. So up next we have ADA Perp. Now for ADA, let's have a quick glance what it's doing. Okay, made new all-time highs, came all the way back down, holding top range. Now it's not really top range, but if you zoom into the 4 hour, you can actually see that it's probably a failure to the left. Now this is the failure right here. That's the whole zone, and that's the one we kind of want to hold to sustain the high, right? They're holding it decently. They swept it once slightly. So with that information, and we know that I want to hold this, what do you think we'll have to achieve, right? Now we're looking at the high that made this failure right here. So this is the one you want to achieve. Now currently, they're still holding high range of the previous accumulation. Because of that, that's kind of what you still want to hold. So when we're looking at this, this is the level you want to hold. So for continuation, you don't want to start breaking this and go down there. So with this information, very simple and very easy, you want to get up, touch high range, maybe sweep this, want to come back down, hold this area, then make a new high. So first PT would be around there. Let me change this to green because this is the bullish scenario. So first move up, hold this, come back down, hold higher range, do the pump, maybe a very quick retracement, slow one, and then moon. Now the moon, to where would the moon go in my opinion, would it be around this area? That would be the second PT area, right? Depending how you play it. So this would be the bullish case scenario on the 1 hour. Let me have a quick glance how this looks. Oh, and it's very easy on how you want to play this. Of course, in the lower time frame, you want to first achieve it, come back down, touch top side, and then move to the upside, right? So that's what I will be looking out for. Probably place an alert down here if they get all the way up there. Now for the bearish case scenario, because of us having all this information and knowing, excuse me, that this is the level we want to hold, what you would look out for is, if you look out for them to come back down all the way down here, this is probably the midpoint of this whole distribution accumulation, whatever it will turn out to be. You would touch this, take your first PT here, and then look for a break to the bottom side. So these would be the 2 case scenarios that I would be looking out for on ADA, depending what would happen. Now currently I'm still looking out for the bullish case scenario, mainly because of the idea of what I have for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts to go south, I might look for some shorts on ADA as well. As you guys know from our trading channel, what I mainly do is I utilize Bitcoin as my indicator, and based on what I think Bitcoin will do, I will base on my trades. However, there's always 2 sides to the coin. That's why we always give a bullish case and a bearish case scenario. But now I told you my trading plan on the 1 hour, so you guys should have a feeling of how I might play this one. So that's it for ADA. Let's head over to the next one. So up next we have .USDT or .perp. So let's have a look at it, what it's actually doing. This coin has been requested a lot on stream as well, so I figured why not just, do it live, so people that really want to look what it is doing can always watch our forecast, right? So currently I would say that they really want to hold this. So for the bullish continuation, what you want on the daily is hold this, come back down, hold top side, and just make new highs, right? How high would they want to go? In my opinion, just to 41.2. So if they could get to 41.2, that would be very nice, and then come back down all the way again to the same level, accumulate or distribute, and then depending how they would move over here, make new all-time highs, right? So this is a very, very important range. If they can hold this, go up all the way here, come back down, that would be very neat for a refill, and then a possible new all-time highs. So let's dumb it down and go even a little bit lower on the lower time frames to see that if this doesn't happen, or if this actually aligns with the lower time frame price action. In my opinion, it kind of aligns quite nicely, because the area that I would be looking out for is this one. So they already touched the top side right here. They're trying to hold it. They can hold it as well for a bullish continuation, but if they don't hold it, you want them to hold the previous failure that made the low, which in this case is just this high range over here. And it looks like it aligns with the higher time frame price action as well. So for me personally, if they come back all the way down here, I would really put an alert and just play it, right? And for us to go up, then go all the way down there, up there, sorry. Maybe retest this, maybe retest the failure right here, and then pump it. That would be very neat. Later on, come back down. Come back down. Maybe hold this one, or if not, hold this level, and then make new all-time highs. That would be the bullish case scenario in my opinion. So whoop, there we go. Let's remove this one now. Let's make this one to red, to green. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Now for the bearish case scenario, in my opinion, what they could do as well is come all the way back down and just reject bottom side. Reject this previous high because they haven't kind of achieved it. They tried to achieve it here, tested if they held it, they didn't hold it, and then come back all the way down here is where I would look for. Main reason I would look for there is it's also the top side of this whole structure, right? So yeah, come back down around here and then see whatever they do there. Now, would I be that interested in buying it down here? It depends how long they accumulate there. If they don't accumulate there for quite long, then I'm not really interested in it. So this is the bearish case scenario. Come back down, reject this, and then come all the way down there. So if they really have trouble with regaining, if they come back down here to achieve 35s, then I'm looking for a short over there. But yeah, what they can do as well is just hold this, right? Because they're really holding the top side of it, like the wicks, you see, and just blast it. So blast it over here and then do this. So just disregard this low point, low retest, go make a new high, then hold this level as well, and then go touch there. After this touch, they can, in my opinion, it would be very nice to retouch 35k and then make new all-time highs. So you will probably, in my opinion, have a lot of time if they do touch 40s to rebuy at 35. If not, then no problem. Then my trading plan would not have worked out, but I would not lose a trade either. So I rather sometimes do not take the trade, but only take the trades I really love to. So yeah, that's kind of it for DOT already. So let's head over to the next one. For the next and the last coin, we have ICP USDT. Now this coin has been in a huge downtrend all the way from there, and I often get the question like, how do you think it's going, or how do you think, what is it doing? Now for me to tell you guys what it's doing, obviously, as everybody can see, they're rejecting bottom range. Bottom range rejection isn't always that good, but there's also something nice happening over here. As you see, we made a new high, touched the bottom side, but we also achieved the move that brought us to the low. Because they achieved the move that brought us to the low, we might be interested in this bottom range right here. So if they get all the way down there in this bottom range, I might actually be quite interested in looking for some longs there. Now, that is of course if they don't just, pump here, but for me the safer play is waiting for 45s. Get into the 45s, look for that curvature that we like to talk about on stream, look for that accumulation. Oh, that's the wrong side. Look for that accumulation, get the accumulation, and then go in for the long. Now, how high would I, well, where would I take my profit targets? It's kind of easy as well. I would probably take my profit targets around this level, so 50s. So if they come back down here, of course, you first will take a lower time frame PT. So for example, you achieve, come back down. You would first take a PT here. Let's say that we then break up, you would probably look for this zone as your next PT. Now that would be, in my opinion, the bullish case scenario still. The bearish case scenario is probably, if they don't go to 50 at all. If they go up here, reject this, after you take your first PT, then come back down and just keep on laddering down, right? So this would be my bullish case scenario. I have some alerts down here to warn me whenever ICP gets into my range. If it doesn't get there, then I'm not really that interested. Now, when would I be interested in an ICP long? It's mainly whenever they, start really make this big pump and actually hold previous moves to the high, to the lows. If they can hold that, hold 48 or 49-ish, then go back up, make a new high. That's when I would turn bullish on ICP. But currently they haven't done that yet. So because they haven't currently done that yet, I'm still looking for more down movement, unless I'm proven otherwise. I like to wait for my confirmations before I enter a trade, and that's how I will play ICP as well. So this is kind of it for the forecast video. I thank you guys for watching, and I will probably see you guys in the next video. That's it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you want to get free coaching from one of our top traders, please make sure to check out our Trader 10 supporters page on how to get this free coaching. Thank you very much and see you later.